So on the quest to like heal trauma through neurology, I was thrown into this spirituality thing. Now, that's not to say that's what brought me here, because obviously, you know, I've been on this path my whole life. I just didn't know it. So in this algorithm slash spiritual community, most of the creators here are gonna rightly tell you that your thoughts create your reality, but what the majority of them neglect to tell you, it's not like they completely neglect to tell people, but I don't think that they flesh it out enough. It's only your thoughts that are combined with your energy and motion, your emotion. Those are the ones that do it. Oh my God, like if, okay, so yeah, I'm autistic and ADHD. So like I have like probably around like 150,000 thoughts in the first hour I wake up. And it's also should be noted that it's your repetitive thoughts, which wrapped around or contained or insulated in your energy and motion. This was one of the first things like that I realized when listening to this crap. I was like, oh shit, I have literally manifested all of my worst fears. And I didn't just manifest them one time, I manifested them over and over and over again, which did nothing but cause more complex ass trauma. So once I had this realization about, you know, my worst fears, oh my God, like I was afraid to like even think at all anymore, which is absolutely impossible. Like, so while I knew the basics of how to meditate, which I did, and knowing that I had the basics of that is what let me understand that I was been on this path my whole life, because I got the basics from this book. My dad is his house is an entire like public library, except he doesn't let anybody in. There's no visitors. Anyway, I wasn't even allowed to check out books, but he did happen to leave this one book on his coffee table, his bedside table by the couch in the living room, because that's where he slept. Okay, anyway, and it was by this author from India named Eknath Easwaran. And the name of the book was called Meditation. And I have no idea what made me pick that book up. This is in the 90s. It was in the 90s, and you know, don't get me wrong, I was a reader. But at the same time, there's thousands of books in this house, and for me to pick that one, and like, let me tell you, my dad is the antithesis of spiritual. I will probably never make videos about my childhood, but I'm just telling you, like, it was like, why that? Because like, even back then when I read it, I'm just like reading it going, well, this dude, what does this dude have this book for? And in the book, you know, I don't there's one main thing that I remembered and that I learned and that I still use to this day. And it was this prayer by St. Francis of Assisi. Now, I was unchurched, so I didn't even know anything about the Protestant Bible, much less did I know anything about Catholicism, but this was obviously a Catholic prayer, but I learned it top to bottom. And boy, you know, through the next couple of years, like I took a bad turn. I'd be trapped inside the crack between a washer and dryer. This happened one time. It's how like coked out and skinny I was, just repeating this prayer: Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there's hatred, let me sow love. Where there's injury, pardon. Where there's doubt, faith. Where there's despair, hope. Where there's darkness, light. Oh, divine master, grant that I may so much to not seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it's in giving that we receive, it's in parting that we are pardoned, it's in dying to self that we are born to eternal life. And what I found is that I'm actually already really good at it. Not because I attempted to learn meditation, because I really didn't, but that book and that, I mean, I already knew how to be present. And so, yeah, am I on the floor in a lotus 19 times a day? No. Am I one time? No, I'm never on any floor in any lotus because I can't. I mean, like, no, it's just not practical. It's not practical for me. But do I know how to be present and not feed into my thoughts now? Hell yeah.